Hello guys, nice to see you again on this webinar. Today we have a very nice but quite complex topic. Let's check the sound, the image before that, so if you could comment a little bit, it would be nice. So if you can hear me well, if you can see me well, please comment. Okay, good. So our today's topic is, once again, quite complex. I will try to get a little bit of introduction to all of this, because if you are like a good professional inside climate control system and temperature control systems, it will be very easy for you. But if you have experience of like installing maybe few air conditioners yourself and nothing else, then this would be okay for you to start. So this is introductory webinar on how we control air conditioners in Larnitech. So let's begin. What we plan for today is we are looking for ways how we connect air conditioners to Larnitech. Then we go to a little bit how we control air conditioners by the end user, and then what advantages of home automation we have if we control ACs, and then some typical questions. So the first part is most important and I think longest. So let's start. So what are ways to connect air conditioners to Larnitech? So these are not all, but most of them. Now you can see them on the screen. So first, you see that what is important is what kind of software we use, what kind of hardware we use, and what kind of compatibility we have. So as for software part, we have native devices, and then we have devices which use plugins, and plugins are quite easy to use because they are developed by the factory itself. And also option for script. So Modbus adapters, for example, they work through script control because every manufacturer have their own protocol. Okay, so as we go to native, what kind of hardware do we have there? We have fan coil control, and this is usually relay control. We have BWAC. We have infrared sensors, which have infrared output. And we have CoolMaster, cool plugs, and Modbus adapters. And as for compatibility, we have, for fan coils, we have quite many brands. And for BWAC, we have only 2 brands supported, some models. For infrared control, we have a list of devices which we support, and we can add new devices. As for VRV, VRF models, we have quite many brands supported through CoolMaster. And also quite a lot of split systems are supported by CoolPlug, and now they have these wireless options, so you can wirelessly connect quite a lot of air conditioners. And as for Modbus, quite a lot of brands, they have RS485 adapters or RS485 PCBs which you can use. So as I remember, we used Haier, we used quite a lot of Intesis devices. So as for Modbus, this is also quite good connection. What you do not see here is KNX. But you probably know that KNX is also available, and if you have something which is compatible with KNX temperature control, you will be able to connect it to our system as well. So let's start from fan coil control. Fan coil is quite easy. Maybe this is the easiest option. And if you use only this one, you will be able to use and to control most of the air conditioners, and you will not have a lot of problems with it. So this is a typical connection of thermostat, which we see usually here in Dubai on walls. So this one from Honeywell, and it connects to 230, it connects valve, and then it connects 1, 2, 3 speeds for fan. So this is quite easy. So 4 channels are used. This is just neutral, so this we do not count. So 1 channel, 2 channel, 3 channel, 4 channel. So can we do the same from our system? Yes. You can connect to any kind of relay in our system. We use 4 or 5 relays, usually 4 relays, just cool valve, and then 3 for fan speed. So almost any relay you can use in our system for fan coil control. But this is the part which you have probably seen on introductory webinars. Let's continue to other options. So what other options we do have about AC control? Next one is how we connect a lot of ACs. So for example, we have 5 ACs. How will it look like? It will look like this. So on the left you can see air conditioners with fan coil control. Yes, and we connect it with the red one to this device, RC12, and it has 12 relays. So we connect 1, 2, 3. 3 of air conditioners, each having 4 channels for fan coil control. And then 2 more we connect to a different relay. Sometimes you need a separate relay to control each AC. So you can use 5 channel devices or 7 channel relays for each air conditioner. Okay? And then you will also need the temperature sensor, because once you have the temperature sensor inside the room, it is much better to control the climate, but not only the mode of the air conditioner. So we use the temperature sensor connection to DWRC12 in here, and up to 8 temperature sensors you can connect to it. In typical relay, we do not have temperature sensor connection. That is why all of temperature sensors, they go to RC12, and relay connection goes to relay. So our system is when you connect our system, this works as one device. So it does not matter to which channels of which devices you connect what. If you connect temperature sensor to this device and fan coil connection to this device, they can still work together because they are inside one system. And then we have a local network, and we can control from bigger panels or tablets or from smartphones. So this is what it looks like. Is it understandable? Can you please comment a little bit in the YouTube, so I understand that this is not too complex yet for you. So the problem in this kind of installation can be that these devices, they should be inside DBs. So inside control DB, you will have the connection to the fan coil. Sometimes you do not want to have a lot of dBs, so you want to have like more traditional way. For example, you want to have a separate thermostat for each air conditioner. So can we do that? Yes, we can. This is what it will look like. So we will have the thermostats which are compatible. They can be Modbus or they can be also CAN-X. So you connect fan coil to the thermostat, and here is the example with the Siemens. And each AC will be connected to the thermostat, and thermostat will be connected together with each other. And then it will go through RS485 to our system. So the control will be the same. It will be two-way control. You will be able to control from the thermostat and it will be in the app, or you can control from the app and it will be on thermostat. Thermostat also has temperature sensor inside, which is nice. So this is another option. A little bit more detail of how we connect, for example, this particular Siemens. This Siemens is RDF302, and this is how we connect it. So down here, the connections which go to fan coil. So Q1, 2, 3 are speeds, so 1, 2, 3 speeds, and this is valve for cool. So actually the same connection as we have on our relays or on any typical thermostats. Here we can connect external temperature sensors if we need it. And this is the connection where we connect through our RS485 integration unit. I see the question from Samuel. Can't we have 5 ACs connected to one DWRC12? Actually we can, but if these ACs will have only, for example, 1 or 2 fan coil speeds, because we need fan coil speed 1, fan coil speed 2, fan coil speed 3 channels, and then we need a valve. So 3 ACs usually connected to one RC12. Okay, so let's go further. Next option is when we have this small BWAC adapter. BWAC is small enough to get under the body of air conditioner, inside the body of air conditioner, and connect in there to CN105. So we have the CAN bus connecting all of them together, and that's it. That's actually it. So this option does not give you temperature sensor, so you will need a separate temperature sensor in each room. As you remember, we have temperature sensors for walls, for ceilings, behind the switch, so you can use different options. But this option connects split system. Most split systems, they have their own temperature sensor inside. So usually it is enough just to send them commands. And we will have two-way connections, so if you control using infrared, you will have the feedback to the application. Okay, so this option goes for Mitsubishi and Daikin, and usually it connects to CN105. So this is what it looks like. This one, these yellow, I think, wires, they are connected to CN105. In Daikin you can connect also to S21. So if you have these connectors on your AC, then it is compatible. If you do not have, then not. We have a special file which lists ACs which are surely connectable, but this file has, I think, something like 10% of ACs which are compatible. So you sometimes need to ask additionally. Next option is when we do not have any kind of possibility to connect this AC to the system. So what we have here the infrared device which controls, so this wire is actually not wire on this schematics right now. This is infrared signal which is controlling our AC. We have quite long list of what kind of splits are compatible, but for sure not all, because many of ACs, they have like very complex infrared signal which is two-way, so they send, they receive, they send again, so it's too complex to control this one. So, but most of them which have only infrared control, we can control. Then next option is when we have VRF or VRV. So actually VRF goes for variable refrigeration flow. VRV, I think variable refrigeration valve or something like this. So VRV is used, I guess, mostly by Daikin. There are some non-Daikin brands, but I think 99% VRV is Daikin, and VRF other brands. So once you have VRF or VRV, you have a higher level, mostly commercial level of air conditioner. So for example, you have the villa. You can install a lot of split systems or typical domestic air conditioners in there, or you can go and install VRF. It will be more expensive, but system will work better and will have more precision with the temperature. And each air conditioner in VRF VRV is already smart. That is why we do not interrupt this smartness which they already have. What we do is we connect to this smart system and we send them commands and we monitor what is happening. To do this, we use a very popular controller named CoolMaster. This controller is connecting to VRV VRF system. Usually, not all, but some of them, they use RS485 to connect to each other. Sometimes 2 wires, sometimes 3 wires. And that is why CoolMaster has 8 connections for different types of VRF and VRV. And they support almost all brands which have VRF and VRV right now. I think even all brands. Because when you see, for example, some kind of air conditioner with unknown name and it is VRF, it is usually some kind of a well-known brand but branded differently. Something like Midea or maybe, I don't know, Fujitsu. Okay? So these are some of the options. For example, this one goes to Samsung. So you get the CoolMaster, you connect to Samsung HVAC terminal. And this second option is you connect to higher HVAC terminal. And then you go to our system, you input the IP address of the CoolMaster, and you have all of air conditioners which are detected. They are automatically detected by CoolMaster in our system. It is important to have all devices, all air conditioners addressed. They can be addressed through the CoolMaster, not by yourself, but through the technical support of CoolMaster guys. So you can address them if they are not addressed, but usually you ask air conditioner contractor to address all of the air conditioners, and you will have the access to all of them. Yes, variable refrigerant flow. Thank you. What about VRV? Is it variable refrigeration valve or refrigerant valve? Okay, so next option is we are going back from very expensive air conditioners to less expensive split systems or multi-split systems, and we support only Mitsubishi and Daikins, but on the market there are a lot like Samsung, LG, Haier, and many others. So can we control not third party, but additional air conditioner brand through CoolMaster products? Yes, we can. You can use cool plugs. So each cool plug is connected to one air conditioner, and then we connect them together using Modbus, same as we did with thermostats, and then we connect them to Cool-Link hub, which is connecting to our local network. And then we get the same control as with CoolMaster. Variable refrigerant volume. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed. I always wanted to know this. Okay, so we have cool plugs connecting to different brands of air conditioners. Then let's see a little bit how these cool plugs are connected. So we have the cool plug connection in here, and from one side you connect indoor unit, and this one is LG, I guess. This is the schematics for LG, but they have different schematics for different options. And then you have here the P-bus connection, and P-bus connection is to connect different cool plugs together with each other and with Cool-Link hub. So this P-bus network is actually a Modbus network. Okay, so this is it, how this works. And they also have now cool plugs wireless, so you can control wirelessly quite a lot of air conditioners. And same Cool-Link hub with wireless function, connecting to all of them and then connecting to our system. So if you have the system with already installed air conditioners, you can get cool plugs and Cool-Link hub, but wireless option. Do not forget to think about how we power these cool plugs, because cool plugs, they sometimes are powered from air conditioner, but they sometimes are powered by separate power supply. So if air conditioner in some models does not give them the power, you will need a separate power supply to power them. So for some models, you should think about this. Next, Modbus control. Let's say we want Modbus devices which are not listed, or maybe listed but not very popular. So, for example, this is example with Intesis box. Intesis has a lot of compatibility with a lot of air conditioners, and we have also the scripts for Intesis boxes, or this could be Modbus devices for Daikin, for example. I think they are called something like RDP or something like this. So Modbus devices which control air conditioners are also compatible. You can connect them. So this is it. Actually, this is it. One thing which is missing here is that we did not show KNX. But KNX is like supposed to be in there because DMG with plus, you can connect to KNX. And if you have some kind of a KNX connection, you can also use it. How much the power supply, 24 or 220? 24 volts. If I correctly remember, because CoolPlug's wireless, they are quite new and I did not use them myself. I just, I have seen them being used, and I've heard about this problem that they will need sometimes a separate power supply. But what kind of power? I guess 24, but I'm not sure. I can send you separate if you want. Okay, so the next part is smaller. AC control methods for smart home users. Like, how do we control it? Because people say, not people, but some installers, they say, why Larnitech does not produce a lot of panels to control? So you can use quite a lot of panels and you can get them from us. So first you can get from us wall thermostats. They are nice because they include thermosensor and they give local control, and they can connect directly to air conditioner. So sometimes this is a better option if you want the system to be independent from all of other smart home system. Can we connect VFDS? Mr. Gulrais, what does it mean VFDS? Intesis, Mr. Ahmed, as for Intesis, they have KNX, they have Modbus, they have also some other types of connections. So almost all models you can use Modbus or KNX. I would prefer Modbus actually, but KNX could be used as well. From Intesis. Okay. Then some clients, they do not want thermostats on each wall. They want to control from smartphone and from voice, and this is enough for them. Quite a lot of people like this. If they have the apartment, for example, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, even 3 bedroom, it will be enough for them to have a central control from the smartphone, and that's it. And one multi-zone touch panel, it can control all installation, or you can use it, for example, one per floor. So one panel controls whole floor, another panel controls another floor, and so on. So this is an option as well. Do not forget that we have a room climate control user interface. So you can use this one, or you can use a typical control for AC only. If you use this one, so in each room you will have the temperature control. You will see the temperature which is measured by the temperature sensor, and then you will be able to add humidity control, and you will be able to control it. So client will be able to select, and you will need 2 relays. One relay will get you the humidifier on, another relay will get you dehumidifier on. And you can also work with some fresh air. and typical air conditioner will not give you fresh air. But if you measure CO2 level, CO2 will tell you if the air in the room needs fresh air. So, for example, you can add fresh air in here, or you can select like which level of CO2 is okay for you right now, and ventilation will work. And also warm floors. If you want to connect warm floors, this is also an option, but not in here and somewhere in Dubai. But sometimes in villas people like it. So this is it. So if you do not want to forget any of these options, you get the small table like this one. So you select the type of air conditioner, and then you select the type of control. So you control using schedule, you control using thermostats, you can control using smartphone. You just have this mark and client just signs, and okay, you use it in the design of the project. So because sometimes you just forget something like the type of control or the type of control device. And another topic, final small, very small actually topic, and this is good, maybe a little bit good for sales, but not for technical already. Client should not know all this. Client is not interested in all this stuff which you have just seen. How we connect this, how we connect that. Client is interested more in, does he have to buy from you the control system, or maybe without control system it will also be fine. So when he asks you, what good will it give me if I have the control system? What do you answer? So the first thing is, once you have the control system, the ACs will start working as not 1, 2, 3, but as a group. So if you need, for example, the group control of ACs, like voice control, please set all air conditioners to 22 or something like this, you will have it. So group work is the first thing which is good once you have home control for the AC. Next thing is schedules and day-night options. So quite a lot of clients, they prefer to have night temperature and day temperature differently. And every day to change it every evening or every morning, it is not nice for them. So you can have schedules for days and nights, or you can have just one button, for example, turn on night mode, and it will get the AC into the night mode. And as you probably know, it is recommended to sleep in the room where the temperature is something like 18 or 19, because to sleep and to keep sleeping, the body needs to drop its temperature at something like 1 degree. So an air conditioner just helps with it. If you have a good system, then it will be cooler at night and a little bit warmer during the day. So you can have this automatically, or you can have this by the press of a button or by the voice. And if you have quite big house, you will surely need it, because going around this house, going around this villa and setting everything up every day and every night is quite annoying. So once client tries living in the room where everything, in the house where everything is automated, he will want the next one for sure. Next is economy mode, and you all know that it becomes consistently more expensive to use resources right now, no matter if it is for light or for hot water or for AC. So economy mode is nice to have and you can use it. you can integrate it with security system. So quite soon we have another video about security system. So you arm the security system and air conditioner goes into economy mode, or maybe turns off. Guys from companies which work with a lot of air conditioners, with already smart VRF air conditioners, they say that once you have control system, you can immediately have something like 15% decrease in the bill once you connect the central control with application and schedules and things like that. You don't do anything else. You just connect this control system and you have minus 15% even if you do not use special modes. And then out of home control. So when you're not home, you are coming back, you want your house to cool down before you come, so you can use remote control for it, or you can use geolocation. So the smartphone will determine where you are, and once you are close to your house, it will turn on AC to cooler mode. But geolocation is not working well with most of smartphones, because first it drains battery, second all smartphones and iOS and Android, they have all constantly updated security policies which make it harder to monitor where the phone is. So mostly it works, but sometimes do not sell it to the client as this function which will work all the time. So much easier is to go home and press a button in the application and nothing else. And last but not least is service and diagnostics. So if you have a project with a better air conditioner system, VRV or VRF, it will give you additional report options if you use Coolmaster devices. So you will be able to know when you need to change the filter, for example, or if something is wrong on this part or with this valve. Sometimes you can have this diagnostics information only by using the Coolmaster. They have this as additional option. For some of these options you will need to buy a separate license, so if this is your business it will be interesting for you. If this is not your business, this is something you don't do, like you do not service air conditioner part, then this will be of no use for you. Okay, so let me see your questions. Variable frequency drive. Variable frequency drive, you mean 0-10 volts or something like this, or you mean something else? Special controllers for variable frequency drives we do not have, but we have outputs for 0-10 volts, or we can have different speeds controlled by different relays. So maybe different drives can be controlled like this. Can I control in timers also? What do you mean in timers? In schedules I understand this, like day, night, this day do like this day do like this. But timers, you mean turn on AC for 4 hours? Something like this? If yes, then it is possible. But you will need to set up this timer in two ways. First way is you have the button to run AC like 23 degrees for 4 hours. After that, turn off. It is quite easy to do. So you need to program this function during the setup of the system. And if you mean something different, for example, you want to set up this timer differently all the time, you can use probably HomeKit. I think in HomeKit you can ask like turn off air conditioner after 3 hours. But I did not try this. This is like theoretical. Okay, so this is all controlled by HomeKit or Google or Amazon. So you can use all this in Larnitech and you can connect to external ecosystems, and they have internal variable timers. Okay, so before we finish, some of the most frequent questions which we get, so I will answer them before you ask. So first question is, how can we know compatibility? We actually have few options how to know compatibility. The best option right now is to ask. So please ask us. This is the model of air conditioner which we would like to use. Please tell us whether it is compatible or not. Sometimes we cannot say for sure. We can say, for example, it is like 95% it is compatible. But there are hundreds of thousands of models of air conditioners. So it's not like 50 models and we understand which work, which do not work, like hundreds of thousands. And every year they give thousands more, and in each one new technologies and new connections. So this is not so simple. So please ask. We have some options. We have some instruments of how to know the compatibility. And if we know for sure, we will tell you. If we don't know, we will tell you. Okay? So is there other models which we recommend to use? Yes, we mostly recommend to use Mitsubishi Electric and Daikin, and then BWAC. We have the list of models which are compatible, or we recommend to use fan coil control, which is usually quite simple, and you have seen that you can connect almost, not almost anything, but quite a lot of models. So we recommend fan coil control or Mitsubishi Electric or Daikin. If you have VRV, VRF, no problem at all. We also recommend it, but this is like an option for higher level projects and also can be used. Can we control smart Wi-Fi air conditioner? This is a very common question. For example, we have high-air, and this high-air also already has Wi-Fi inside. Can we control it? Usually no. Usually no, because they have their own central system with their own clouds, and it is usually either closed or open only to big ecosystems. So, for example, if this AC is compatible with HomeKit, and we are also compatible with HomeKit, then in one user interface you will have it all. So you will have AC directly, you will have Larnitech directly in one application. But if this is if you want to control from Larnitech application Wi-Fi air conditioner, most likely it will not be possible because they do not open their API, never. We asked a lot, but they don't usually open. Sometimes it happened, but this is like not normal. Okay, so anyway, once you have questions, do not forget to ask your managers, either Yegor or Gulam. So this is it. Now question and answer time. So I will go and read your questions. It is central AC motor control device. Mr. Gulreis, central AC motor control device we usually do not control. It usually has its own automation inside, and we do not want to like spoil it, and we do not want to do anything with it. So we just have the connection through the fan coils, like through indoor units, through internal units, or we can have the connection using some kind of protocol. So you have seen all types of connections, and this is what we need to use. Directly, we do not go and control some kind of a motor which should be controlled by its own automation. Okay? Maybe you have projects for which you have questions now, like what kind of ACs to use, or are these ACs compatible? Okay, so I hope I answered most of your questions. Once again, let's just go a little bit through all of this. So we can connect almost any type of AC if it can be connected. Yes, so we can use different technologies for it. We can use native connection, we can use scripts, we can use plugins. Okay, and to control it, usually we can use either local thermostats or central touchscreens or voice control, smartphone control. Usually these options. Okay, so I would like to announce that quite soon we have a separate special video about how to use and how to set up security function and security plugin in Larnitech. So security is the next topic which you should learn if you learning Larnitech deeper. Thank you very much for coming today. We'll see the next Saturday, and if you want to invite someone for introductory webinar, it usually goes through Thursdays. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.